It's based upon reaction. Just stay focused on the word. You see where the devil, he wants you to miss what God is saying. There you go, missing it. Defend and ward off the attacks. I feel the anointing before they happen. Everybody say, before he hits my house. Before he hits my finances. Before he attacks my children. Before he attacks my body. Deficiency meant I wasn't ready for it, but sufficiency said, bring it on. I got just what I need to be victorious in the midst of it. Amen. Let me just say this. Your sufficiency means never, ever again will you be caught by surprise by an attack. Because if you're caught by surprise, then you're reacting. People that react in every situation and circumstance are deficient. People that are sufficient, they stop it before it ever happens so they don't even have to react. Let me ask y'all a question. What crisis took your attention away from what God was saying? What if you were ready before it happened and you stopped it? You could stay focused on what it was that he was doing. Sufficiency means to be satisfied and content. Go to the next one. Let patience have a perfect word. I'm content. Hey, this isn't where I'm always going to be. But man, while I'm here, I'm going to let it have its perfect word, because when I come out of this, I'm going to be perfect and tired. Wanting. Nothing. Wanting. Nothing. Lacking. Nothing. The root word means to raise up, elevate, and to empower, to take by force. Remember I said, things that were stolen from you, you have been empowered to go back and get them. God didn't take them because his gifts and callings are irrevocable. He will never take them back. But if they're taken, it was done by a thief. And God, it's just like if you have someone come and take your stuff, the president is not going to come down and make sure they give you your stuff back. The chief of police is not. If we have a problem here tonight, and we call the police, the chief isn't coming. He doesn't need to come, because he's got people that he's deputized. People that have been trained. All they need to do is be under his authority, submit to the training, submit to the preparation, and when there's a problem, they can call somebody that's been deputized. You have been deputized to enforce the laws of God that apply to your life. And if the laws are broken, it's because in your deficiency you allow it. Somebody say the struggle is over. The struggle is over. Well, put the last one. Sufficiency is the opposite of being a victim. And it's the opposite of an entitlement mentality. Nobody owes me. I'm not looking for restitution, for retribution, for reparations. Let me just tell y'all something real quick, and I'm not afraid. I'm going to go ahead and say it. What has hurt the African American community is those leaders that cry out reparations. Because what they're saying is, I can't be whole unless you make me whole. But a conqueror says, whatever you throw at me, I'm going to rise above it. Whatever you've done to me to stop me from succeeding, I'm so convinced of who I am, it really doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. Yeah, right. I'm coming out of this wrestling match. I don't expect you to know who I am, because the name that I just got, I'm the only one that knows it. So expect anything out of me. Expect the unexpected out of me. Hold me to a familiar place. Think, well, you know, he's got this amount of money, and they in that Samaritan center, and you know, this has happened and that has happened. Just don't hold people to what you expect, because they're probably getting ready to blow your mind. Yeah. Tonight, I want us to move into some confessions. How many can feel God healing you right now with deficiency? So why don't you let that healing sound out. You know that you've been defective, you've been marred, you've been spoiled, you've been corrupted, you've been injured, you've been hurt. You've looked for love in all the wrong places. Sometimes even myself and possibly other people in ministry, we've looked to certain things in ministry to make us feel validated. Certain associations, certain people. I mean, God blessed me to become friends with a very famous person. And I remember I would, you know, tell people, oh, well, I'm friends with so-and-so. What? Am I that deficient that associating myself with somebody as a friend is going to make me feel what they do in Hollywood all the time. Well, I know so-and-so. And really what they know is that their cousins, baby's godmother's brother is their hairdresser. Because people are desperate for validation.
Yeah.
And they seek it through things, through people. But what I'm telling you tonight is there's a giving God that gives to all men liberally. And when he gets done with you, he's the only one that can give you the name, and you're the only one that can know it, because nobody else is going to hold you to anything familiar. Before we move into this confession tonight, how many of you honestly feel that you've been guilty, even maybe seemingly unconsciously, holding people to what's familiar? Expecting certain things out of people. Expecting people to make the same mistakes they made in the past. You know, even with Pastor Sonny. Now listen, I love you. You're my brother. Your dad loves you. Your brothers and sisters love you. But we have to release you. Because we know what's familiar. And we don't know you. And we need to repent for not discerning one another. Certainly people will not have that power over you anymore. But we should be the ones that participate in keeping people down. Am I right about it? Look at me. We shouldn't be participating in manipulation, witchcraft, and control. I don't know. If God gives me a word for you, he doesn't give me all of your mail and all of your business. I heard a prophet say that. I can tell you your business, I can tell you your mail, I can tell you how much you got in your bank account.